So technically it's gonna be texture and aviation Cessna 2AB Grand Caravan is what we're using. We're going from KBOI. From my home KPHX to Phoenix to runway 26. I was gonna stream some repo, but that didn't quite happen the way I wanted it to. Alrighty, let's go ahead and bring the game over. Hello everybody, and welcome back to a new stream. Jumping in here tonight doing something different. I was gonna stream repo, but everyone that I was playing with got off, so we're gonna switch it up and do a flight from my home city of Boise, Idaho to Phoenix Harbor International Airport, and we are using the Cessna Citation Caravan. We're gonna go ahead and get the plane mostly booted up. We're gonna call for a fuel truck and get it up and loaded. We're going to bring ATC over so then you guys see here on the screen. We're going to minimize it until we need it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing ready to go. We're going to go and pull up the checklist. So, fuel selector. Let's go ahead and turn both of these guys on. So they are set.
Fuel selector.
On.
Both on.
So now RPM. Ignition selector. We'll go ahead and turn. Well, that's actually going to be on norm. Power lever, which is over.
Engine ignition selectors. Norm.
That's already on norm.
Power lever.
Power
idle.
Lever.
Prop RPM lever.
Oh, power. I've always kept pulling the throttle. Let's go and put you to max.
RPM.
That when the plane starts, that's already set. Start the engine. Let's go and get our batteries on. Our beacon is on. Our Avitronics 1 is on. But before we turn on the fuel boost, I want to go and get the plane fueled. So we have a full tank to get from Boise to Phoenix. So hopefully I'll have some better luck this time around, but let's go ahead and ground services. Go ahead and
Boise
call
ground,
in
Maverick
a
1, could you please send
plane.
a fuel truck? Maverick 1, a fuel truck is on the road.
Alright. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for the fuel truck to go over here. So what we're gonna end up doing is I'm gonna explain how we're getting out of KBOI Gallon Field here. That we're gonna be going out, looking at it to the left, well, actually going out, hooking it to the right. We're gonna taxi all the way down to this opening over here, and then we're gonna go right and then loop around and go back to where then we end up going on to runway 28 left. So it still seems to be a little windy, but hopefully this time we can get above 8,800 feet. But what I'm also going to be using to help out tonight is... Oh, I don't even have it open. And I'm also... sim brief. So I'm going to show you guys my sim brief. And yes, I know it's going to be outdated, but I'm going to show you guys the flight plan for how we're going to go. So, let me... route. So let me bring up... Where is... I forgot what I was looking for. But pretty much, Cycle 2025 has been released. Yeah, I know I need to update that. So pretty much we're gonna be going via flight. Let me... Opera. Actually, we'll just close that out. That's not gonna work, but pretty much, let's go ahead and get fueled up here. 100%, we'll go in. West and
Boise
fuel
ground,
reply.
Maverick 1, I am done with fuel services.
Let's go ahead, fuel boost. Fuel boost. Fuel pump is on. Starter on. Fuel condition lever already low, so
Fuel condition lever. Low idle.
for takeoff.
Parking brake. Set. Strobe.
Strobe. So let's go ahead and minimize VFR. Go and get
On.
our strobes on.
Parking brake. Release.
That's off.
Fuel boost.
On.
On. Starter.
On.
On. Starter.
Avionics 2 on.
Off. Fuel boost. Norm. Avionics number 2 switch.
On.
On.
Alrighty. And then before takeoff, all that is done. We no longer need the checklist. Let's go ahead and get our clearance. So we want to depart, so we're going to be going to the west. Well, we're going to be going 28 right. So before I actually move, now when I do take off, I want to already have my altitude set. We're gonna try to get up to about 8,000 feet. So I'm gonna set before I take off. Everything's gonna get set. So that's set. Flight director will turn that on. Banking, heading. We'll go and get all that set. So let's go ahead and get our depart east.
Boise ground, Maverick 1 request taxi for takeoff east departure. Maverick 1 taxi to and hold short of runway 28 right using taxiway Alpha 4 Alpha. Contact tower on 119.0 when ready.
That's gonna be brought
Taxi
over.
to and hold short runway 28 right using taxiway Alpha 4 Alpha Maverick 1.
That should be fine, right? No, oh no, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and taxi or bring this down. That should be fine. We're just gonna... He died. He's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and fly out of here. We're gonna do ourselves a late Sunday night flight. Oopsies. Alrighty, we are 12 minutes in and we are going to be taking off. Hopefully now the wind is a lot calmer. I tried doing this flight earlier today. It's really difficult because of 50-mile-an-hour gust winds out of KBOI here. But if you guys enjoy this stream, I'll probably do a series on this. I'm doing different flights from wherever. I will be doing sim brief. I probably won't get into VATSIM just because I don't want to spread myself out with more content that I already have going. But yeah, it is actually, we're going to be taking off into the sunset here out of Boise. So hopefully the wind is a lot better as we take
Boise
off.
Tower Maverick 1 at runway 28 right, ready for departure to the east.
Departure to the east. We're going to be taking off going to the west, and then we're going to flip around and get all of our navigation set. Alright.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right, Maverick 1.
Alrighty. Yeah, Tokyo Drift this plane went well. Alrighty. Go ahead and get her here. And now we are going to take off. And there we go. We are off. Alright, come on.
Maverick 1 continue for east departure.
Alright, we are taking off into the sunset.
Boise Tower Maverick 1 continue for east departure.
Which is what I like to see. So, let's see if I can get up to 8,000 feet. I think the wind is a little bit calmer. So, yeah, here we go. Now we're climbing. So we're gonna get up to 8,500 feet. Before I start my banking to get heading toward Phoenix.
Maverick 1 leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Boise Tower, Maverick 1 frequency change.
There we
Approach
go.
Maverick 1 is type Cessna Caravan, 2 miles northwest of Boise, 5,100 feet. Request
Perfect.
flight
We
follow.
actually took off into the wind.
Maverick 1 approach.
I was having difficulty earlier trying to take off,
Squawk 0047,
but now we are
Maverick 1.
actually doing it.
Maverick 1 radar contact 2 miles west of Boise, 5,700 feet. Altimeter 29.96. Roger, Maverick 1.
Alright. Go ahead and get...
Approach Maverick 1. Request clearance to
Nav.
transition Charlie airspace.
Oh,
Maverick 1 approach.
FLC.
Cleared for the Charlie airspace. Cleared through Charlie airspace, Maverick 1.
Actually. And now we're gonna adjust our heading. So you'll probably be seeing me look at this screen a lot as we adjust. So I do have a flight plan in place, and I'll just explain it how we go about it. But we have our autopilot on, and we are taking off. So now that we have taken off, our checkpoints that we have a checkpoint out near Twin Falls, Idaho. This is going to be our growth checkpoint, and then we have our DOC, where we are going to be heading toward Crypto near, we're going to have a checkpoint near Eli, Nevada. We'll go cross over into Utah going past St. George. And then we're going to be going past Prescott, Arizona, and to where we'll look down and go into Phoenix. So this is going to be a nice 3-hour flight. Shush phone. So alrighty, this is gonna be a nice 3-hour flight. So now let me go ahead. Now that I pretty much have the plane settled, it doesn't seem to be as windy as it has been. So pretty much we're not gonna do IFR flying. We're technically doing our own version of IFR flying, but I am relying on my instruments to go. Let me actually request IFR clearance for
Approach
instrument
Maverick 1 3 miles
FP.
east of Boise. Request IFR to Sky Harbor. Ready to copy. Maverick 1 is cleared to Sky Harbor Airport as filed.
Squawk 0477.
Maverick 1 cleared to Sky Harbor Airport as filed. Squawk
Alright.
0047. Maverick 1 read back correct. Radar contact 8,000 feet. Altimeter 29.96.
Altimeter.
140 resume on navigation climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
So once me
Turn left heading 140. Proceed on course climb and maintain 17,000 feet, Maverick 1. Maverick 1 contact Salt Lake Center on 118.05. Good day.
So we are going to be expediting our climb all the way to 17,000 feet.
Goodbye.
Salt Lake Center, Maverick 1 is at 8,000 feet, climbing 17,000 feet.
Maverick 1, Salt Lake Center, altimeter 29.96, radar contact, continue.
FLC is on. That vertical navigation is on. Actually, we're gonna cancel
Salt Lake Center,
IFR
Maverick 1 would like to cancel IFR.
because I'd rather just fly on my own pace.
Approach Maverick 1 is type Cessna Caravan, 7 miles southeast of Boise, 8,000 feet. Request flight following.
So what we're gonna go ahead and do,
Squawk 6561.
pretty much I'm gonna stay at
Squawk
8,000 feet. If
6561
I
Maverick 1.
need to climb, I will, but I should
Maverick 1,
easily.
radar contact 8 miles southeast of Boise, 8,000 feet. Altimeter 29.96.
Roger, Maverick 1.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring this actually down to 9,000 feet and then lock it, which should tell the autopilot to go up. I'll go auto mode on. It should hopefully FLC on. So we have a 3-hour, 12-minute flight. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna hop on the VFR flight path until I see my first checkpoint, and then we'll fly toward it so that I can line myself up for the rest of the course. The navigation I'm using is slightly outdated, but here soon we'll have Navigraph, which we'll be paying for. So so next time I stream, you guys will get more in depth of seeing flight charts, everything, and it'll probably be more frequently used on the podcast, along with other videos streams I do. I do a Microsoft Flight Sim video. Most of it's going to be 2020, and then once we get 2024, we'll swap over and do that. But it's going to be a little while. Alrighty. So now we can set our waypoint. Now we are on the VFR track. So look at that pretty view. We are flying over Idaho right now. I know most of the time you guys have been looking at the instrument panel.
Good day.
But here we go.
Going to 124.8 Maverick 1. Mountain home approach, Maverick 1, 8,000 feet.
Maverick 1, mountain home approach, altimeter 29.94, radar contact, continue.
I hope my mic did not pick that up. So, we're gonna do does it not show? Oh. There we go. That's actually a pretty view of where we're going. Now I need to readjust heading a little bit. You always have to make small course corrections when it comes to a plane like this. Like, you can enjoy the view, but it's really hard to keep navigation in check. So probably by the time that we land in Phoenix, it's gonna be really, really dark. The wind is actually a lot better than it was earlier. Earlier today, I could not get above 4,000 feet. It was messy. But yeah. So let me see. So we have 614 miles until we get to Phoenix, which is a 3 hour and 6 minute. So we're probably not going to be landing, so it's about 8:33 now. 3 hours from now is about 11:30 to midnight. So we're going to be here for a while. And I have a full tank. So hopefully we'll have enough fuel to make it to Phoenix. So let's go ahead and just course heading. Go ahead and bring that back. There we go. Pretty much this whole flight's gonna be me making small course adjustments. We're gonna go ahead and minimize that for now. I don't need it. I'm not gonna need it for a long while. Because our first checkpoint is not for miles. I have a general idea of where my checkpoints are, because in this type of plane I can't plug them in. So we're using SimBrief, but at the same time we're not using SimBrief. We're kind of just flying VFR to IFR, but I'm not really relying on visual. Oh, there's Mount Homa Airfield Base. Kind of right down there. It's actually a beautiful sunset as we head slowly head south. Going to just heading again. Sucks that we're not gonna be able to see the view because it's getting slowly gonna be getting dark. But we are doing pretty good. There we go. Let's go ahead and get ourselves. It's pretty much this next couple of these next couple of hours is just me making small choices. Like right now, we're staying at about 8,000 feet, which is where I want to be, unless I gotta climb some mountains. Do I have any lights I can turn? Can I not turn on any lights? Inoperative. So now with it getting dark out, go ahead and turn all these on. So then we have light. Alright, that's the AC fan. that cabin. Alrighty. I am a little bit off heading. Go ahead and readjust. So pretty much, I'm gonna just explain how I kind of do things. You might have seen how I do it. Is that when I first go to take off, I try to set my altitude to hold mode on. I think that this just holds current altitude unless I start going up. So that is locked into place. This should be, you know, I'm gonna turn that off because it doesn't seem to work anyway. I'm at about 8,000 feet. I shouldn't be getting any mountains. Bring audio back down just a little bit. But yeah, we're pretty much just flying into the night. So pretty much early morning flight. And we have 594 miles to go. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday night. I know that I am. And I do apologize. I wanted to stream repo. Everyone that I was originally going to stream with decided they wanted to bail. So I am now doing a 3-hour flight to Phoenix. So if I do see my first checkpoint, which I don't think I'm flying out near Twin Falls, but I can be wrong. But if I do see that checkpoint, we're gonna fly toward it. Actually, zoom out. Bring. Oh, that first checkpoint is way over there. So yeah, I'm actually better with staying on the VFR course. Because if I go... Well, actually no, if I do follow the flight plan, I don't want to deviate. That's actually a bad idea. Because I'm on a good course. Because all that would take me technically diagonal. Let me look further. Because I think I'd be going on a diagonal course. But this is the checkpoint I would... If I was going on an actual flight plan, this is what I'd be going through. But the problem is that I don't know where the other waypoint is. And it doesn't really show up unless I am going at it through an angle. But I am better off with sticking to the course I'm on. 10U. So 10U is Utah. So I'm gonna be actually going into the
Maverick 1 contact Salt Lake Center on 118.05. Good day.
that's ATC doing its thing.
Going to 118.05 Maverick 1.
We're just gonna stick
Salt Lake
with
Center,
VFR
Maverick 18,100 feet.
because this is the best
Maverick
thing I
1
can
Salt
do
Lake
right
Center,
now.
altimeter 29.9 tree radar
If I
contact.
do
Continue.
see my next, technically my next waypoint, if I was to follow it, is a waypoint It's labeled TOC, but that's never really labeled. The crypto, but I don't know where that would be located because that's in Utah. So that's a little bit farther south. Than where I want to be. But if I see it, I'll go toward it and just follow the waypoint. But we're pretty much making minor flight adjustments. Here we go. Go look outside the plane again. So we're about 8,100 feet. So we're doing alright. I wish I can get the heading where it would just stay on. Oh, you know what would probably help? Is maybe if I lock my heading at a 1 or so now I am locked onto a 150 heading toward Phoenix, so I shouldn't have to mess with the heading anymore. Yeah, I am locked now for that heading. If I need to adjust, I will adjust. But we should be landing in 2 hours and 54 minutes. But yeah, now we can just fly and enjoy the sunset, I guess. You kind of can see it over there in the distance. Kind of pretty. I kind of want to just look at the map. So now I'm kind of going off course. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock it. We're gonna unlock it so then I can get onto the right heading. I don't really need VFR when actually a 1 for we'll look at 150 because it won't let me lock it at 148, but we should be good. I'm kind of trying to figure out if I was to say we didn't follow the VFR path, but once we actually get Zimbroof, we'll do more flights where we are gonna follow the waypoints that's programmed into the plane. But right now, navigational data that I have is set from the previous cycle, so I can't exactly use it until I get the most recent and up-to-date version of the navigation data. since it's being updated every month. So we'll hopefully get it. We'll go ahead and actually get it on the first of the month, so June 1st. We'll get it, and then I'll probably do a stream the evening of June 1st or the weekend after. The weekend of that date. But yeah, we can just sit here, enjoy the flight. And pretty much I can walk away and just let the plane do its thing. Flying into the sunset. Spring. It's over. Dude. I am tired. But we're gonna keep going. But we're still on course. We're gonna just deviate. We're not gonna exactly deviate, but I still have to make tiny course corrections. But hopefully, guys, I do want to say I do have plans for some point later this week. I'm gonna have a couple of videos, a video of some clips from Repo that I've been playing with a couple of friends. For all those clips I have made will get merged into one video. So that video might be an hour long, because it's 5 minutes and 55 second videos. That's all gonna get threaded together into one big old video. I have to find the order of how they were put together, and it's just gonna be random clips. It's not gonna really be a full make sense video like I normally do. Why is the plane wobbly? I'm wondering if I'm hitting some headwind. But it looks like we got some mountains like ahead. So I'm not gonna really worry too much about the mountain.
Maverick 1 contact Salt Lake Center on 128.55. Good day.
128.55, Maverick 1. Goodbye.
255.
Salt Lake Center, Maverick 1, 8,400 feet.
I'm still trying to figure out.
Maverick
So
1
this was
Salt Lake
the
Center
one first
altimeter
waypoint.
29.94 radar contact
I
continue.
think the other waypoint that I was looking for. Yeah, so Phoenix is way over here. So we're gonna zoom all the way back in. We're just gonna keep making. So pretty much flying is pretty much gonna be I do need to actually go up in um we're starting to climb. Come on. I need to get open up. I'm trying to get myself back on course, but it's really hard to stay on this purple line is where I need to be. God, we need to climb. Come on. Uh-huh. The plane will follow this if I lock it at 149 degrees, which is how we're heading. So now the plane is actually locked. So I'm wondering if I set this to 140. Boom.
Maverick 1 contact Salt Lake Center on 118.05. Good day.
118.05, Maverick 1. Goodbye.
So
Salt
we
Lake Center,
are
Maverick
locked.
1 8,500 feet.
Maverick 1 Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.95 radar contact. Continue.
Let's go ahead and turn autopilot off. Altitude mode is off. And let's climb. Because I gotta go to the Utah Mountains. They might try to fight me. Let's just hope it doesn't. We're pretty much gonna also bounce the crosswind as we get up and over this mountain.
Maverick 1 contact Salt Lake Center on 132.25. Good day.
132.25 Maverick 1. Goodbye. Salt Lake Center, Maverick 110,100 feet.
Maverick 1 Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.95 radar contact. Continue.
Up 10,000 feet. Once we get over these mountains, alright, we should be fine now. Get back on course, and we should be above the mountains. Do not know. First, now the plane is going to fly itself. As long as we stay on the heading, we're just going to let the plane fly itself for the next hour. And we will readjust heading once we get over this pass. But we are actually doing pretty good. We should be landing in 2 hours and 27 minutes. really high in back. No thank God, I never had a saving fun. Hope you guys are enjoying the flight. Alright, our course is on a heading of 151. I'm a little bit off of the line, but I don't want to. Let's see if I can rotate the plane to get back on the line a little bit. But we are 2 hours and 28. We're at 79% fuel. We may have to land at another airfield just to get fuel and then take off again. But we'll see. How many miles am I? 500 miles. So well, pretty much what we'll do is, if I'm staying on a course of 151, I want to look at range. Because I'm wondering, oh, there's Salt Lake International. I should have done a two-part flight. Because here's Salt Lake. So I'm going to be flying where I was earlier today. So the one checkpoint that I wanted is actually way off. But we are now 400, well, 500 miles out. 496 miles. The thing is I'm at 70% fuel. I might be burning enough just for the landing. But landing will be interesting because it's going to be completely pitch black. Thankfully speaking, in 2 hours. Well, technically it's going to be pitch black in a minute. Because we are flying over the nighttime. We took off late evening from Boise. Now we're kind of just flying over Utah because pretty much to our east, that marker way up there is Salt Lake City International. So we are just west of Salt Lake International Airport for KSLC. As we are on our VFR course to Phoenix. I don't think we have any more mountains to climb. I think pretty much once we get over Utah, it's just flat. So I'd probably drop the plane from 11,000 feet down to like 10 or 12. Down to 10 or 9,800. But I think right now we're at a pretty good altitude. And yeah. Got a small airport over there. So we have a little bit of ways to go. But hopefully these flights will be a lot more fun. I'm hopefully hoping I can do some with Midwest Town TV and Devin D. We're hopefully hoping to get together once I can get Navigraph for $12 a month. We'll be doing that. So we'll be doing that, and then we'll eventually do Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. But I also really like 20. There are a ton of planes, but I hate the fact that you have to pay for most of the planes in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Whew. So pretty much, yeah. I'm not really worried about track right now because we're actually still on course. I've had that stream earlier because earlier was just no record with the plane and everything. But since we are just chilling and relaxing, I do want to talk about a couple of things. I've mentioned it probably in my last video. So hopefully throughout this week, so today is the 18th, so you'll be seeing this stream. But the week, hopefully through Monday, tomorrow the 19th through 23rd, I would like to maybe do more streams. They're going to be earlier in the evening streams, hopefully. But I'm also going to record a bunch of videos. I've been saying for a while now that I'm going to do Euro Truck Sim. That video will be recorded this week. And it might get recorded late Thursday evening on the 22nd. But I would like to just get a list of videos lined up for you guys that is of different games. So we're talking I might do a Minecraft video playing with Blaze Misty, doing Minecraft, Repo, Microsoft Flight Sim will be with Midwest Town TV. I'm hoping to, I'm gonna do American Truck Sim, and I hope to get a episode of Euro Truck Sim done. And I know I am a couple weeks behind, and I still need to I need to create the video on John Ruda Wreckers, and maybe go through any of the Ruda trucks and trailers I haven't done yet. So we'll go through and do a video on those. Now it's just like a dark. 473 miles out. I'm not even worried about heading anymore. Because honestly, altitude, I'm not really worried about. I'm not gonna worry about dropping altitude until I'm maybe about, well, I still have a couple more mountains to get over. All this is relatively flat, but I'm just gonna keep the altitude because I know I still need to get over those western Utah mountains. So what I might do, I think the plane I want to shift over just a little bit. Until the nose of the plane is back on this line. I think that's about a heading of 151. So we're gonna back this down to a 152. We're gonna keep the plane on. We got our strobes on. They're doing their things. Let me turn on. Turn navigation lights on. There we go. Now our red and greens are on. Honestly, this is not a bad flight. I mean, we're not probably gonna see anything. $464 miles. There we go. Ah, God. It's gonna be a long flight. Okay, you know what? We're actually, you know what? I'm gonna wrap this stream up actually because I'm actually getting pretty tired and I don't want to stay here for another 2 hours. So let's actually find the nearest airport.
November Victor 14 traffic Maverick 147 miles southwest 11,300 feet inbound to land runway 26.
You know what, guys? Oh, that is way over there. Never mind. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and end the stream here, guys. I am pretty dang tired, but we'll actually do the full flight of this tomorrow, maybe in a bigger plane. But I hope you guys will enjoy this. This kind of just a test of the flight. We'll pick up the rest of it tomorrow.